Salam Makium. This is Gadal Amawan from the GMS Lions Den, Jacksonville, Florida. I got a sit down today or tonight that I want to do for the Akim um, who um, who may be having trouble with temptation. I got a few scriptures um, for this lesson, and the title of this sit down is called "Overcoming Temptation and Sobering of the Mind." My first scripture um, I want to do is James chapter 1, verse 14. Let me go to it real quick. All right. The first scripture will be James chapter 1, verse 14. It says, "But let every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed." So with that being said, let every man is tempted, but every man is tempted when he is drawn away from his own lust. So when we, fighting, trying to strengthen our souls and our minds and our hearts. Well, our mind is our heart. We Shalaki. When we trying to back away from all the lust and the worldly things, um, you know, the devil, Satan, he comes after us. He's seeking us the to entice us and bring us back into the world. He don't want us to be strong. He want us to be one of the 2/3. He want us to be stuck and trapped in this world. You know. So, with that being said, we gotta fight. We gotta fight and we gotta pray that he don't entice us. And to do that, uh, you know, here, let me go to the next scripture. Shalaki. This is I'm gonna go to Hebrews chapter 2, verse 18. And with this, it says, "For in that he himself hath suffered, being tempted, he is able to succor them that are tempted." And this is Yahweh, telling us that, by us being suffering and being in this world, being afflicted and chastised, with temptation, he'll make a way for us. And the word succor means to is assistance and support of hard times or like in distress. A synonym for it would be aid, help, or a helping hand. So let me read the scripture again. It says, For in that he himself have suffered being tempted, he is able to succor them that are tempted." So the Most High, when we go into temptation, it's always a way out of that temptation. The Most High will always make a way for you. You know what I'm saying? Because he loves us. You know what I'm saying? He wants us to grow. He wants to get out of that temptation. You know, and you know that helping hand is we need it. We can't do this alone. We can't fight these spirits and these wickedness spirits, these demons, without the Most High's help. You know, so, so we gotta pray and hold fast, steadfast, and keep him by his side at all times. Let me go to Luke chapter 22, verse 40. All right. It says, "And when he was at the place, he said unto them, Pray that ye enter not into temptation." So this is Yahweh Shai. This is when he was with his disciples, and they was they was I think Shalaki. They was out and about. He was basically finna separate himself from them to go pray to Yahweh, because he was actually getting ready to go, give his life for our sins. You know, Shalak. It says, and when he was at the place, he said unto them, pray that ye enter not into temptation. You know, so you know, we always, like I said, we always gotta pray. You know, to the Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, that we don't go into temptation. You know, you gotta pray and you gotta ask of him. When you ask, you shall receive. You know, so we gotta pray and hold fast. You know, stay focused on his words, his word. You know. Okay, next scripture will be First Peter, chapter 1, verse 13. It says, wherefore, gird up the loins of your mind, be sober, and hope to the end for the grace that is to be brought unto you at the revelation of Yahushua. I'm read it again. It says, wherefore, gird up your loins of your mind. So we have to build up our mind, to be prepared for what's to come to us, because we're going to always be tempted. The stronger we get in this truth, the more sorrows, the more temptation is gonna be upon us. It says to be sober. Be sober. That means the sober of your mind, not to be like caught up in this worldly shit. Shalakia, being sober, like how we drink or whatever. We're not supposed to be drunk. We're not supposed to, we're not supposed to drink to get drunk. We're supposed to be sober, meaning like having a clear mind, so we can do the will of the Most High. And it says, and hope to the end for the grace that is to be brought unto you at the revelation of Yahushua. So we gotta hope and have faith for the grace that is to be brought unto us. You know what I'm saying? Until Yahushua comes back. You know what I'm saying? We gotta hold strong. We gotta stay strong in this truth. Doing the will of the Most High, Yahweh, by Shem Yahushua. I got a precept for this too. I think it's let me see. 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 9. Come on. It says the Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptations, and to reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment, to be punished. So the Lord Yahweh by Shem Yahushua, he knows how to deliver us out of these temptations. You know what I'm saying? Like back up to let me go back to Hebrews chapter 2, verse 18. It says, for in that he himself hath suffered being tempted, he is able to succor. That goes back to that word, that the definition of succor is means assistance and support. So the Most High Yahweh Shem Yahushua knows how to get us out of that temptation. He's gonna always make a way for us. You just gotta have that in your mind, your heart. You gotta be faithful. You gotta know that he's gonna deliver you out of that temptation. You know what I'm saying? It says the Lord knoweth how to deliver us out of temptations, and to reserve the unjust until the day of judgment, to be punished. You know what I'm saying? So we can't be one of those people that's gonna be punished. We gotta fight. We gotta always fight and overcome temptation. it's gonna be hard, battling with this flesh. You know what I'm saying? Our flesh, sometimes it can overcome our spirit, but we gotta to 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 uh to overcome that flesh. We have to reading and doing the will of the Most High. Reading builds faith and it builds hope as well. And when you build that faith up, it builds your spirit up as well. You know, to get out of that temptation, we gotta stay strong, man. That's the key. Stand strong, enduring to the end. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be diligent and endure into the end until Yahushua come back and reclaim us and take us out of this captivity. I got another scripture for you. This 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 8 through 10. It says, "Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, is as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour." So, you know what I'm saying? On an everyday basis, the devil is out to get us. He's out to kill, steal, and destroy the hopeful elect of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? But by us being the hopeful elect, the Most High, he's gonna protect us. He's gonna guide our ways. He's gonna direct our paths to Him. You know, so we can make it out of this wickedness and this destructive mindset. You know, that the so-called white man Esau then put upon us. You know what I'm saying? He did so much dirt and filthiness to our people that we don't even know who we are. We don't. It's just crazy, man. How he didn't fuck everybody up for. I mean, it's not all of his fault. You know what I'm saying? It's our fault too, because our forefathers disobeyed the Most High's laws. You know what I'm saying? And by that happening, you know what I'm saying, the Most High put us in slavery. You know what I'm saying? He punished us. You know, and he still is punishing us. But he's making a way now to get back to him so we can, overcome and get the fuck out of here. It says, "Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour." It says, "Whom resist steadfast in the faith, knowing that the same afflictions are accomplished in your brethren that are in the world." So we gotta know, you know what I'm saying, that we not the only ones who dealing with these temptations, and these chastisements. You know what I'm saying? We gotta have faith and be strong and believe in each other that, you know what I'm saying, we can accomplish these afflictions. You know what I'm saying? Living in this world, in this wicked ass kingdom, Babylon. It says, "But Yahweh of all grace," it says, "But the power, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua of all grace, whom have called us unto his eternal glory by Yahushua, after that ye have suffered a while, make you perfect, establish, strengthen, and settle you." So going through all this temptation, is making us perfect. It's building us up, and it's strengthening us. You know what I'm saying? What's that saying? What don't kill you make you stronger. So, you know what I'm saying? Being afflicted for so long, it builds up. It builds us. It builds up faith. It builds up hope. And then at the same time too, it's giving us a confirmation too that we could be one of the hopeful elect, because the Most High chastises whom he loves. You know what I'm saying? It says, "But Yahweh of all grace, who have called us into his eternal glory by Yahushua, after that ye have suffered and a while make you perfect, establish, strengthen, and settle you. Man, that's deep, man. We gotta he's making us perfect every day. He's putting us in that fire to make us like gold. You know what I'm saying? He's trying us. He wants to be perfect. He wants to be the image of him, like he made us to be in the beginning. You know? The next scripture will be Romans chapter 12, verse 2. Romans chapter 12, verse 2. And be not conformed to this world, but ye Shalaki. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good, that acceptable and perfect will of Yahweh. So we cannot be conformed to this world. We cannot be of this world. We have to be holy. We have to be set apart, from this world. So we could be transformed with the renewing of our mind, the renewing, the renewing of our hearts, that ye may prove what is good and acceptable to the perfect will of Yahweh. You know what I'm saying? The perfect will of Yahweh is pushing his word, waking our brothers up. We can't be out here on the highways and byways, preaching out, blowing that trumpet to our brothers, our Akim, and not having a sober mind. It's impossible. You have to have a sober mind to do the will of the Most High. You got to have that clear mindset, that faithful mindset to endure this temptation, these adversaries, these evil thoughts, these evil ways, everything that's wicked. We gotta prove to him that we can overcome these things, to do his work, to do his will. We gotta fight, man. Fight to the end. Endure to the end. I got Titus chapter 2, verse 11 to 12. It says, for the grace of Yahweh that bring us salvation have appeared to all men, teaching us that denying ungodliness and worldly lust, we should live soberly, righteously, and godly in his present world. So, enduring through all this chastisement, temptation, and adversaries, these demons, the Most High, his grace, he's gonna bring salvation to us if we overcome and deny these ungodliness and worldly lust. What are worldly lusts? You know what I'm saying? Lusting over women, or anything that's not of the Father. You know what I'm saying? We all have our own lusts. It could be money, it could be women, it could be sex, it could be drinking, smoking. We have to remove ourselves from those lusts. You know what I'm saying? And get right with the Most High. And when we try to remove ourselves, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be tough, because when we try to separate ourselves from our lust, the devil, he's out like to get us for real. So he's gonna try anything, everything he has in his book to throw at us. You know what I'm saying? Knowing what our weaknesses is to fuck us up. Shalaki. Shalaki. I ain't gonna say that. But we gotta be righteous, man, godly in this present world. We gotta be judges, righteous men. Until our salvation comes, the revelation of Yahushua. We have to keep denying these ungodliness, and being in this truth, you will get stronger. Having a discernment with a lot of things. You will see these demons. You will see them in your face, but you gotta hold fast, stay strong, and deny that shit. You gotta remove yourself from it. It's the grace of Yahweh that bringeth salvation have appeared to all men. So every man gonna have a way out. By the Most High. Lord. I mean, he, Yahweh by Shem Yahushua already have his ordained elect. He already have chosen the people who he want to be a soldier of his army. But every man has to hear the word of Yahweh. When every man hear the word of Yahweh, that's their chance, you know what I'm saying, to accept or not accept. You know what I'm saying? And the people who don't accept is the 2/3, of course. You know what I'm saying? The hopeful elect is gonna hear his word. You know what I'm saying? His lost sheep is gonna hear his word. You know what I'm saying? When that trumpet is being blown. I got one more scripture for y'all. Hope this was very edifying for y'all. We gotta keep going. Time is at hand. Time is almost up. We gotta seek him early. Seek him early that we may find him. Because if we seek him early, he's gonna find us. He's gonna hold us and build us up to be what he wants to be. And if we being sluggish, and being in this world, this worldly shit, you know what I'm saying? It could be a distracting, and it could be bad in the end, because if we not pushing and being sincere in this truth, man, like, we can get destroyed. Like, it's crazy in this world. Like shit, every day I'm seeing on the news at least 5 people getting killed from what I see. You know what I'm saying? Usually it be about shit. I be seeing death tolls from like 100 on up to like 200. Shit, in different parts of the world, people getting whacked off. You know what I'm saying? Judgment is near. We gotta put on that whole armor, man. We gotta be ready, cause it's only gonna get worse. Jacob's trouble is right around the corner. We in the midst of Jacob's trouble right now. Race wars. You know what I'm saying? Race wars everywhere. Protesters and you know KKK, the Black Lives Matter movement, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Jake's trouble is near, and then when that dollar drops, man, it's gonna be hell. It's already hell now, but it's gonna be 10 times worse when that dollar drop, because everybody they ain't gonna know what the fuck to do. They gonna be running around with their tails loose. You know what I'm saying? Looking like monkeys and shit. But the hope for elect, they gonna be sustained. They gonna know. It's gonna be a confirmation to them, knowing that we close to the end, and that's gonna keep us. Shalaki. That's gonna keep us you know um But it's gonna keep us right with the Most High. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna build our faith up. It's gonna strengthen us even more. Through it all. But let me go ahead and get to this last scripture. This is Ephesians chapter 6, verse 10. Chapter 6, 10 through 18. It says, "Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord, Yahweh by Shem Yahushua, and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of Yahweh, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Wherefore, take unto you the whole armor of Yahweh." So we gotta suit up, man. You know what I'm saying? It's time to suit up. You know what I'm saying? We been a hope for elect. We gotta suit up for this armor. You know what I'm saying? That the Most High is raising up. You know what I'm saying? The so-called Negroes, Latinos, and the Native Americans. He's building us up. So we gotta by him building us up. We gotta put on that armor that he's giving us, which is his word. You know what I'm saying? His faith, his love. You know what I'm saying? It says, "Wherefore," verse 13. "Wherefore, take unto you the whole armor of Yahweh, that ye may be able to withstand the evil day, and having done all to stand." So when we put on that armor, you know what I'm saying, that's gonna protect us from from all the wickedness and the adversaries that's gonna be coming upon us. Jacob's trouble. You know what I'm saying? It says, verse 14. It says, "Stand therefore, having your loins girt about the truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet showed with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked." So when, you know how like back in the medieval times, people used to go to war, and the knights, they went to war. You know what I'm saying? They had all kind of shields. They had shields for their arms. They had a helmet. They had the breastplate, and they had everything, man. Like they was suited up, so they won't. They were so suited up that you couldn't. You barely had any ways to see through, to pierce that flesh. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, you know what I'm saying? Anything that can hurt you, you was shielded. You know what I'm saying? This is the same thing. You know what I'm saying? We gotta protect ourselves with this word, man. It says, "And take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the spirit, which is the word of Yahweh, praying always with all prayer and supplication in the spirit, and watching thereunto with all perseverance and supplication for all saints." So watch. We gotta be watchful. Always blowing that trumpet. You know what I'm saying? Trying to reel in the hope for elect, the lost sheep. You know what I'm saying? The confusion of faces. We gotta preserve our lives by doing the will of the Most High, waking our brothers up, our brothers and sisters up. You know what I'm saying? We have to pray always. It says 18, praying always with all prayer and supplication in the spirit. So we have to always pray before we do anything, so we won't go into any type of temptation. You know what I'm saying? We gotta pray to renew our minds. We gotta pray to have a sober mind, so we can continue and do the will of the Most High. And I want to say I want to give all thanks to Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. I want to say the water, Yahweh by Shem Yahushua, for keeping me in this truth and allow me to do the will of his work. You know what I'm saying? I also want to give a shout out to all the Akim that's pushing his words in truth and sincerity. And also, I want to do a double honors to the GMS, the apostles, that's also doing this word. And I want to say the water and keep pushing. You know what I'm saying? Don't, we gonna fuck up, every now and then, but we can't think like that. We have to have that. We have to have that righteous mindset, that in the will to keep fighting, cause we in the spiritual warfare right now. You know what I'm saying? These demons are really out here, and we gotta overcome these adversaries, the devil, Satan. We gotta overcome. We gotta fight, Akim. Stay strong. Shalom.